Hello again, folks. It's the cam man again. I'm back. Got my glasses shortened yesterday. The lady did it for free, obviously, because such a handsome guy. She said you're such a fine guy, even though you look like a fucking potato. But the glow up will happen, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gonna pick up 2 new pairs of glasses. Sunglasses to drive in the rain. In the sun. Prescription sunglasses, which I never knew existed. Did cost me a lot of money, about like £300. But the lady at the counter said I look quite fine in them, so I had to get them. But yeah. Anyways, I've been put on antidepressants. Pretty sad, but fuck it. What can we do? You know what I mean? Such is life. Just a couple, 3 weeks ago, my life was just it reached its peak. I'd never been happier, you know what I mean? But it all comes crashing down, you know what I mean? The faster it goes up, the faster it comes down. And now my life sucks. I'm on fucking antidepressants. It's mostly because of loneliness. That's what it is. If I could potentially find a girlfriend or something, maybe I lose a couple pounds, slim down, and then I'll probably, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna read a book, people. Let's do something productive, you know what I mean? I can't find my fucking bag. Booga, booga, booga. It's what it is basically I lack friends. I don't have the social skills to really make friends and whatnot. Yeah, anyways, it's chapter 2 of The Science of Being Great. I don't remember chapter 1, but fuck it. Weeble. You are not okay. It's called Heredity and Opportunity. Hopefully this just reading out loud, it makes me more confident, let's say, and makes it easier to make friends, socialize. My life is, I've turned into fucking Charlie Brown. Everywhere I go, people just hate me, you know what I mean? They find me annoying. But that's just me. What can I do, you know what I mean? I can't stay quiet for more than 20 minutes if I know someone. If I don't know anyone, So basically in college I went 2 years without speaking to the fella that used to sit next to me. Maybe I said 5 words to him in all my life. But anyways, there's a lady coming. Oh no. Heredity and opportunity. You are not barred from attaining greatness by heredity. No matter who or what your ancestors may have been, or how unlearned or lowly their station, the upward way is open for you. There is no such thing as inheriting a fixed mental position, no matter how small the mental capital we receive from our parents. It may be increased. No man is born incapable of growth. Yeah. Anyways, so I've been working out recently. You know what I mean? I've lost about 8 kilograms in the last 2-3 months. Mostly fat, about a little bit of muscle. Ooga booga booga. Yeah, I see them. Oh fuck, oh shit. Not too flexible, you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh fuck, anyways, I'm gonna go back to reading. My balls itch a little bit. I need to go pee, but there's too many people at my house. So I'm gonna wait for them to go to work and then go in and then take a big leak. Then I have to go pick up my sister from work, because I'm just such a helpful guy, you know what I mean? I've always been there for people, but society, fuck them. I fucking hate people now, you know what I mean? Not one single person asked me if I was okay after I was racially abused, you know what I mean? Not one single person asked me if I was okay. He comes back, they start sucking his dick. It's all about how liked you are, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. They just double-handed it, go. Even though, I was the victim here, but if people don't like you, they don't really give a shit, you know what I mean? And when you look like this, people don't really care, do they? Yeah, such is life. Yeah. Heredity counts for something. We are born with subconscious mental tendencies, as for instance, a tendency to melancholy, or cowardice, or to ill temper, but all these subconscious tendencies may be overcome. When the real man awakens and comes forth, he can throw them off very easily. Nothing of this kind need keep you down if you have inherited undesirable mental tendencies. You can eliminate them and put desirable tendencies in their place. An inherited mental trait is a habit of thought of your father or mother, impressed upon your subconscious mind. You can substitute the opposite impression by forming the opposite habit of thought. You can substitute a habit of cheerfulness for a tendency to despondency. No idea what that means, but you can overcome cowardice or ill temper. Heredity may count for something. Heredity may count for something too. In an inherited conformation of the skull, there is something in phrenology, if not as much as its exponents claim. It is true that the different faculties are localized in the brain, and that the power of a faculty depends upon the number of active brain cells in its area. A faculty whose brain area is large is likely to act with more power than those cranial, more power than one with Lord have mercy. A faculty whose brain area is large is likely to act with more power than one whose cranial section is small. Hence, persons with certain conformations of the skull show talent as musicians, orators, mechanics, and so on. It has been argued from this that a man's cranial formation must, to a great extent, decide his station in life, but this is an error. It has been found that a small brain section with many fine and active cells gives as... I need to turn that heating on, it's getting a bit cold. I am looking a bit fine today though, you know what I mean? Whoa, oh, it's only smoke and mirrors. Oh, anyways. It has been found, okay, fuck, I've already done that. But this is an error. It has been found that a small brain section with many fine and active cells gives as powerful expression to faculty as a larger brain with coaster cells. Ooh, oh fuck, why is it so cold? So faculty has a large brain with coarser cells, and it has been found that by turning the principle of power into any section of the brain with the will and purpose to develop a particular talent, the brain cells may be multiplied indefinitely. Any faculty, power, or talent you possess, no matter how small or rudimentary, may be increased. You can multiply the brain cells in this particular area until it acts as powerfully as you wish. It is true that you can act most easily through those faculties that are now most largely developed. You can do with the least effort the things which come naturally, oh Lord have mercy, fuck this world. Some days, I just wish like a meteor or something, like an asteroid just hits the world. I fucking hate being here, you know what I mean? It's a planet of 7.8 billion people, and I'm still lonely. That just tells you everything, doesn't it? When good-looking people like myself, fuck, I've got ingrown hairs now. I've got ingrown hairs now. Oh fuck, it's bleeding as well. Fucking hell, Benjamin. the things which come naturally, but it is also true that if you will make the necessary effort, you can develop any talent. You can do what you desire to do and become what you want to become. When you fix upon some ideal and proceed as hereinafter directed, all the power of your being is turned into the faculties required in the realization of that ideal. More blood and nerve force go. I don't know what that was. Let me just take a sip of water. It does get a bit, a bit tiring, let's say. Oh fuck! I really need to go pee. Oh lord! Fuck. The older you get, the harder it is to hold it in. You know what I mean? I don't know why that is, but. Amen. My buddy Nelson used to say, just like, you know what I mean, just do your work and go home. But it's difficult, isn't it? The brain, okay, the proper use of the mind of man will build a brain capable of doing anything what the mind wants to do. The brain does not make the man makes the brain. Your place in life is not fixed by heredity. No, nor are you condemned to the lower levels by circumstances or lack of opportunity. The principle of power in man is sufficient for all the requirements of the soul. No possible combination of circumstances can keep him down. If he makes his personal attitude right and determines to rise, the power which formed man and purposed him for growth also controls the circumstances of society, industry, and government. And this power is never divided against itself. The power which is in you is in the things around you. And when you begin to move forward, the things will arrange themselves for your advantage, as described in the later chapters of this book. Man was formed for growth. Man was formed for growth. For growth. You know, I've got like gaps in my teeth, which just make it difficult to enunciate these words. Man was formed for growth. That sounds a bit American. For growth. And all things external were designed to promote his growth. No sooner does a man awaken his soul and enter on the advancing way then he finds that not only is God for him, but nature, society, and his fellow men are for him also. And all things work together for his good if he obeys the law. Poverty is no bar to greatness, for poverty can always be removed. Luther, as a child, sang in the streets for bread. Linnaeus, perhaps that's his name, I don't know. Linnaeus, the naturalist, had only $40 with which to educate himself. He mended his own shoes and often had to beg meals from his friends. Hugh Miller, apprenticed to a stonemason, began to study geology in a quarry. I don't know how you pronounce it. George Stephenson, inventor of the locomotive engine, and one of the greatest of civil engineers, was a coal miner, working in a mine. When he awakened and began to think, James Watt was a sickly child and was not strong enough to be sent to school. Abraham Lincoln was a poor boy. In each of these cases, we see a principle of power in the man that lifts him above all opposition and adversity. There is a principle of power in you. If you use it and apply it in a certain way, you can overcome all heredity and master all circumstances and conditions, and become a great and powerful personality. And that's it. Amen. Another beautiful day, guys. Hopefully, might go watch the new He-Man movie. Take me out of depression. It's still a little sad, isn't it? Like, not one single person asked me if I was okay. In a factory of 100 people. But he comes back, gawk. even this lady, you know, like, you know what I mean? I've always looked at, you know, I've always looked at her as sort of like a maternal figure. You know, first person to stop speaking to me once it happened. Even though it's not my fault, just, you know, fucking hell, what am I meant to do, Chief? Yeah, I just need to stop caring less about people, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? Anyways, I've got my reach, truck and counterbalance course next week. So when I will return to the workplace, I'll be a different man. I've been going to the gym as well. There's nothing much here, but you know, you can see a little bit of definition. Let me move my seat back. There's a little bit of, you know, muscle. So we're doing something. You know what I mean? Gabagoo. Yeah, shit. Yeah, anyways. Such is life though, you know what I mean? I really need to go pee. I'm gonna go home now. My glasses come in 10 days, and after that I'm gonna be pulling all the ladies. I'm gonna be a magnet for the ladies. That's what I'm going to be. Yes, sir. Anyways, you know these what do you fucking hell, I can't even speak. These AirPods, they make my, like, you know, this bit, it used to have like a dangly bit, but it's disappeared since now it's all red because of the blood that's come out of it. Not really, they're not great, are they, these new AirPods? I don't think my ears are made for this type of thing. Anyway, today, so basically I'm gonna try pronouncing a word that I've had a lot of difficulty with. It's called confidentiality. I was molested in the gym about 3 years ago. But you know, sometimes I picture if I hadn't stopped going to the gym, how buff I would have been now. Like, you know, I was doing pull-ups. This guy just, basically, my friend just pulls my trousers down, pulls my fucking boxers down, my dick's hanging out, dug, left, right. And then I turn to this way, and there's this lady. She's on like another machine, and she's just looking at me. I still have like a very vivid memory of that. And that's the day I really stopped going to the gym, and I've had to change gyms since then. I still can't go to the same gym, like, but I just feel nervous at the gym now. I've always suffered from, you know, I've always had anxiety, stress, but my life's just, you know, turned upside down in the last 4 weeks. But you know, fuck it, we ball, buddy. Oh, fair. That's fair, buddy. That's not fair, though, is it, Nelson? Oh, fair. Fucking hell, oh, fuck. I'm losing it. I'm talking to my... You know, I'm sat here talking to myself. No one within, like, a 50-meter radius. This is life. I'm never going to find a girlfriend, am I? I spent most of my time just in my room or in my car. Like, you know what I mean? I will die alone, single. But anyways, goodbye, guys.